You're up and going.
Pleasant Valley Sewer District
Oh,
lease agreement, is that for 5 parcels? The ones that you indicated on?
Yes, they already, the parcels are actually already in their name. These are the easements that are on those parcels.
It's an easement?
Yeah, the easement is what
So
they
we're-
were leasing. And the lease is actually was up on October of
2024.
The discrepancy's been, the lease was up in October and it said
Okay,
zero
but
payment
now-
in December. So, I don't know why you didn't go payment after your lease was up.
Mhm.
But Jeff Marks said if you say that you'll waive that last payment, the December payment, we can sign off on that and they can have that. The contract will be finalized.
Let me know.
Yeah. Because there's no reason to make
Sure we can.
it 4 months. Unless you want to, and they'll just have to pay the payment and it'll still end the contract. Either way.
Morning.
I thought you weren't coming back on.
Yeah, we didn't have a clue. We
I thought
was,
you weren't coming back till tomorrow.
No.
well, we
No,
said,
no,
we was
no,
coming back
Friday.
on a Tuesday. We didn't know if you was coming back last Tuesday or this Tuesday.
No, it's coming back on Friday.
Well, we don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
We didn't-
Surprise! We're glad to have you.
Yeah. That job. Get down on Friday.
Oh, thank you.
That was good.
It was a big, yeah.
Represented us well.
We know we missed you. So with your hands.
Mhm.
You with your hands.
Yeah. It's a good week.
What'd you do? I overdid it. That's what I did. Loading firewood followed, 8 loading 900 pounds of firewood followed by 18 holes of golf followed by unloading firewood followed by sleeping on a camper bed. Spent the rest of the weekend on the floor. So,
You need a chiropractor?
that's where I
I
just
know
was.
one. Oh.
I just left it.
All right. Now that we've had the woe of pain here report,
I didn't realize.
so on the October 20th, Commissioners meeting to order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have a motion to accept the minutes of last
So
meeting.
moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bills for the week were $307,610.70. $57,690 was for the Appalachian Community Grant. Engineer was $98,543 for road and bridge repair. That takes up the bulk of it. So a motion to accept the
So
Make
moved.
a motion to
I'll
accept.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You got that. Then a now analysis, $10,253.59. We have a $2,419 for spare mechanical, repair of the AC handler, and then most of the other large expenses were for techie stuff, wood fiber, and board and flesh.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Transfer of funds, Transfer to mandated sheriff general fund to Jobs and Family Services for the public assist, or there's general fund, Jobs and Family Service public assistance for $37,949.50.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Appropriation for the Public Defender's Office. This is to increase the appropriation to cover increased costs of the new public defender contract for the rest of the year of $38,128.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
An appropriation for probate juvenile court to provide enough funding to complete the year due to actual costs being more than projected costs and employees increasing coverage to family versus just employee for the group insurance account of $35,000.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Appropriation for drainage ditch in Gulfview Estates for pond mowing of $80.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Question?
I was gonna ask Brad, who mowed that?
Fishers.
Okay.
Fishers Lawn.
This is an appropriation to deappropriate funds in the equipment account that were from the 2023 Recovery Ohio grant of $27,777.15.
So moved.
One second.
I'm still, what's this, 15,000? Everything on the bottom.
Yeah. Let's see, we did a 2023 Recovery Ohio grant.
Second.
Is that a total appropriation of $15,000 just for the 2023 grant?
I'd say part of that, those funds that they've got in that Ohio Recovery Grant were a state grant of $15,000.
Did I give you an answer? Did you second?
Yeah, I second that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Just want to be sure.
Yeah.
Asset disposal from Ross County Sheriff's Office Patrol, 2016 Ford Explorer Interceptor, obsolescence.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, I have a addendum to a community-based corrections subsidy grant agreement from the courts. It's a $378,000 base award. It has a $27,831 addendum increase for a total of $405,831 to the CCA 2.0 program, and then TCAP has another base award of $615,690 for that amount.
So moved. Second.
Here's the contract. You guys get the contract.
Mhm.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next, I have contract fulfillment as of October 25th, 2024 for all terms and conditions of the lease agreement to convey the utilities right-of-ways back to the Pleasant Valley Sewer District for 5 parcels on the section between Veterans Parkway and Clinton Road. So that we have no further interest in facilities or easements, and the lease agreement will be considered null and void, and no further force would be in effect. So we're just conveying those
So moved.
easements. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Time sheet for Nancy King for 30 hours over the last 2 weeks.
County Commissioner's Office.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Hi, Katie, how are you? Good, thanks.
From the planning department, we have a 2024 water pollution control loan fund. And that's 2 payments that are requested here. One's for 2177 West Junction Road for $2,125. And 149 Camden Hill Road for $7,415 for a total of $9,540.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, he hasn't been in a while.
This is a guaranteed maximum price from the construction company for Burns Construction for the UNESCO World Heritage Sites between Ross County and that company for $1,467,341.23.
Okay, so moved.
And that is for what?
The maximum, guaranteed maximum price by the contractor, pays the contractor for the UNESCO site project.
Second.
This is all the Appalachian Fund.
Right. I was just kind of stumped there for a while. We got $5 million to build a visitor center. You know, thinking the guy's only gonna charge us $1 million. Build it, but then I started thinking about that. I was
We're
thinking,
building towers and signage and
yeah,
restroom maintenance.
yeah,
All $1,000,000.
all $1 million.
a copy of next year's holiday schedule. I got an email from a gentleman for Coalition Against Bigger Trucks. You guys got that?
Yeah.
Kind of a politicking that stuff. Heavier weights and longer. Do you have any interest in meeting with them?
No.
I would prefer that calendar year, I think.
That's the same thing I was thinking.
Jeff, we actually have to have a motion to approve that holiday schedule.
Yeah.
That what?
The
The holiday schedule, we have to
Well-
approve that holiday schedule.
Do I have a motion to approve the holiday schedule?
So,
Those
okay.
are all federal holidays that are.
So moved.
I think that is, okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I don't know, I kinda like that Tuesday meeting though. We got lunch. There was actually somewhere to eat downtown.
Yeah, we have Carl's. That's pretty good.
We got the invoice from Ashley Henson.
Where does this money come from? Pay her.
Contracted services, right?
You can pay out of contracted services or advertising.
We have money in both of them. Enough to cover $4,000.
Probably contract services.
Okay, that sounds good.
Is that a
So
motion?
moved. Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your help.
How's that look going forward there, Sarah? How much longer are you gonna need, Ashley?
Oh, I mean, I can move forward with or without her. I love her to death, so either way, but, yeah, it's completely up to you guys.
Let me talk to her on a per occurrence instead of a monthly fee.
Sure,
See if she'd do that by an hourly rate or something.
sure.
And that way you just use it when you need her. How much, I've seen you with her a few times.
Yeah, so we meet a couple times a week normally. It just depends on the load of what we're working on. Like last week, we've got some things going on with the comprehensive plan that they'll probably, maybe keep us together a little bit, but, and then she helped, thank God for her, the day that the press conference.
Yeah,
Yeah, she helped a lot that day.
okay.
So, I mean, I can use her, I cannot use her, it's totally up to you guys, however you want to do that. But she's very knowledgeable and helpful.
Okay. I think she, well, we won't talk about contract negotiations in open session, but let me talk to her and see if the rate still applies or if there's something else we can work out.
Sure.
Or on an as-needed basis.
Sure.
If you don't need her on a continual basis. Brad, you got anything?
Yeah, I do. I've got a couple of things coming up here, popping up on my computer too, so let me start with what I have. I think you guys may have gotten an email, that'll need to go in their file. Did I email that to you? Your guys this morning about South Central? Did you see that?
I didn't see it on email, but I have it since
Okay.
Thursday. But I didn't see that, thank you.
Alex and Ryan go through that in December, is it?
Excuse me?
Is Alex and Ryan going through that in December?
Alex and Ryan.
Yeah, are they the other two?
The other two?
Yeah.
I don't know, did you guys?
I thought they were supposed to go to it in December.
Okay,
I think it's.
That's what I understand.
so all four of them will have it then?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is this original or?
they're just printed, you can have it, I just wanted to make sure you saw it,
Okay.
that they finished it and that the judge signed off on it. What I gave you here is, this is the county's facility review board that's appointed by the probate judge. They They look at both the Ross County Jail and the Juvenile Detention Center, and they give a report every month.
Okay.
That's their report.
Is that the security report?
No. It's
I'm
just,
still waiting to see
it's what
that.
they call a facility report. Now, they'll mention all kinds of stuff. I don't.
It's one of these things where, well, there's paint on the wall or coming off the wall. That's what this is.
Oh, okay. Facility condition,
Mhm.
not facility security.
No.
Where's that at? Do you number it? I haven't seen anything from
From
when that
this-
came
from
down.
the sheriff.
No, he told me it could be a month or two before they
Yeah,
got
that's
their
right, 'cause they-
court.
that's
He
good.
said he was ready to give it that day,
Yeah.
but he has to go through the Supreme Court and all that before they can give it. This is the pay application for Berglund Construction for most of their pre-construction work. And when I brought it in last week, they didn't have a place to sign.
Yeah.
And they added the commissioner's approval. So somewhere in there, you have to sign and put the date, and then I'll take it down to Jeff too.
So that's the one that we had last week and
Right.
didn't have the signature.
Right.
We have a motion to accept this.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
And last week, they did ask if any decision had been made on the scope of work for the courthouse. So at some point, we probably need to meet.
Sit down and
Thank you.
decide what we're
So
going to do.
what, if anything, we're gonna do.
Did they get some of the homework that they were gonna get back to us?
Which was,
Material for archives, alternative material for the archives, or and some others.
I think they had that in that list.
Okay.
It had slate.
They were gonna look at like a fake cheaper alternative. but
I can ask him about it. But no, I haven't heard any of that from them.
I thought they were gonna look over again
What they did do is they separated the two buildings. That's
yeah.
about all
And
they
then
did.
there was some value engineering items that they
On
wanted
there.
to look over again before they gave us the
Okay.
final.
I'll ask him about that today. This is an amendment to the construction agreement that we have with TAM for the sewer project. And basically what it's saying is that the law changed in September about how you hold retainage. And this is just an amendment letting them know that we're gonna hold the retainage the way the new law says and not the way the old law says. So it's basically just a letter saying, here's what we're gonna do, folks.
Rules has changed.
You're welcome to look at it.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Rules has changed midstream.
We've been dragging on for so long, that's not surprising.
Instead of us holding what used to be 8%, I believe, of the contract as a whole,
Yeah.
now you can hold 4% of every pay application. Which I don't know how that changes much, but
What changes it?
changes it for them. I
It
think.
changes it for them.
We have a start date.
We sent them the contract on 10/14. So the next thing for us to do is get this to them and then set up a meeting, pre-construction meeting. And I don't know if you saw that in email, but I told Bill and Katie to set that time up and then we meet whenever they're ready. So hopefully that'll be soon.
So moved.
Thank you. Brad,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Let me grab these other two documents that I have for you.
Jerry, smart budget adjustment.
I sent this one to you this morning in email, and I just got this one, and I just got a call from Katie Langer at Corsa talking about this. This is a excessive use of force claim by somebody from a while back, Jace Wingo. This didn't just happen. In fact, most of the deputies named in that are gone now. But he is covered. The one that he's claiming in here, who was Robert Rush. Remember him? He's a young kid. I think he's living in Florida now too. So
That's what I said, I don't think he's even here.
he's not. And then a couple of the others have left there too. There's a few that are named that are still there, but I sent it to the sheriff this morning too.
We don't need to do anything with this, right?
No, I did. It's just information. And you had asked me over the weekend about that grant money grant money that we received from the state, or will be receiving from the state for the jail project, that other jail project that the sheriff and Mr. Arledge, or Deputy Arledge, wanted months ago when we applied for the grant. I haven't done anything with that other than to send it over to Jeff to look at, but I want to talk to the sheriff again before I bring it to you. Then I'll have a little more information for
Yeah, that way, that when Brett's in.
you. Right?
Yeah, that's what I said, because
I mean, we applied for that last year. And that's when Paul Arledge was still
well, see, that's what I'm saying, because it wasn't, because now there's like 400 some doors that they're going to do. Because I just thought we was going to just do the exterior doors.
Well, when he came in, if you remember, he asked for 19 doors.
Right.
Those were the exterior doors that he was worried about.
Right.
Had to do them right now. And you guys appropriated funds for that. About $40,000.
Yeah.
And he left. And that work never got done. Because he was really the driving force in that.
Right.
So then when he left, they hired Paul Hawk. And Paul has been in there overseeing a little bit of the metal wall project, which is really,
Standing around.
He's in there. Well, somebody's got to make those, escort those contractors back and forth.
Right.
So that's what he does. But he is really the Keaton guy that worked with Paul Arledge on the other project. So they've got a better understanding. So I'm gonna meet with the sheriff and Paul. Kim wrote the grant for them.
Right.
I just wanna know where they are and what we're talking about here. Because, we've got design costs that will have to come out of that 400,000. So what I'm gonna say is if the project would come in for more than what's here, what do you wanna cut out? What kind of value engineering do you want to do? Because, does that make sense?
Right. My thing is the $40,000 that we appropriated for them to do the 19 doors, where is it?
Well, it's still sitting in a PO, but it could be used to pay for part of this design work too.
Okay.
Because what I was told by Paul Hawk was that when they submitted this grant application, that they listed all the doors, the 19 on the outside and then the 200 some that they have on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff did respond this morning, said everything looks okay.
Yes. But he told me he wouldn't have it for a week. So that's why I gave it to him. And then I thought in the meantime, I could talk to George next week. If George wants to come in and talk to you guys about how important this project is and what kind of funding he needs on top of what the grant already is, and you guys can decide how you want to move forward, or if you want to cut some of the project out, pick the doors that you're most concerned about. It sounds like they've added some other stuff, door position switches and cameras, stuff that we didn't talk about originally, but it was in the grant application. So I didn't sit in on the grant application work that Kim did with Paul Arledge. That was kind of the sheriff and their thing. So let me get with George and talk to him, see what he wants to do.
Yeah, I remember him coming in and explaining the need for that. And
Right.
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
loose that is over
And a
there.
week or so after that, he left.
Right after, yeah, it was submitted, he left. So,
Okay. How's the airport coming?
Good, I have a meeting with, the guy that is, I can't even remember his name, what's his name? There's Dan and Stan is who resigned supposedly on September 30th, but he's still there. Danny Cash and then the guy from Dunkin' Oil, not the owner, but the big fella.
Yeah.
Rob, was that his name, Rob, maybe?
Something like, yeah.
Let me tell you, I can tell you here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he
And I've
wants,
talked to Austin.
but he wants to have a sit down or something like that with just you and not us.
Well, you guys are welcome to come if you want.
Right. I was just, but he, you know, his thing was I would like to have a meeting with you and not the commissioners. He started out with, I'm thinking, the heck is he talking about?
Well, I don't know if you saw any of the back and forth that.
Yeah, I seen that.
That I had with Austin.
Yeah.
And what he was saying. Because that was the same day that I said, what do you want me to do about those hangars?
Yeah.
And you guys said,
They need to get out.
and I said that to Austin, he's like, well, that wasn't really what this conversation was gonna be about, so I don't know. Let me go out there and find out, and then,
Well, we can always throw that in that conversation.
well, that's what I was thinking.
Because they
Depending
need,
on how the conversation goes, that's probably what I'll say.
because they need to, you know, we're sitting there with two hangars that they're sitting, they have no planes in.
Right.
And
Are all the hangars full?
No,
How many you got open?
I think there's 3 left.
3? Have you called all those people on the list? Yeah.
Several times. And the 2 that I've rented weren't even on the list. They just randomly called in.
Well, did you see Stephen Ingles' thing too? He's interested now.
I didn't.
So if nobody on that list is gonna call you back, you might try him. That'll fill one of them. Do you guys have bids? They bid. State that. Thank you. That's all I've got, guys.
We have our 9:30.
10 o'clock's the bid opening.
No, the 9:30 is the bottoms up.
Ooh. That's our 10.
yeah, that's the two. 9:30 is bottoms up.
Yeah, Andrea. She here?
Who?
Andrea? Nobody here? We'll shuffle then. Gentlemen, how are you doing this morning?
Good, fine.
Good, good. Let's go ahead and open that
Can't.
up. Well, I don't think anybody's going to.
Somebody else may, they have the 10 o'clock.
You guys, good, you? Good?
They have the 10 o'clock. And you don't,
Don't even look at
Keep it out of reach.
don't even look at it.
There's some ding dongs. Doesn't look like Andrew.
You guys do it.
How are you guys?
Just fine.
We do have a transfer of funds here from the Board of DB to move funds to within personnel accounts, down remaining of your expenses there in salaries, PERS, insurance, Medicare, Medicaid.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So at the risk of dead air, what's the plan going forward with medical?
So immediately, our follow-up from last week's, not Pixel meeting, economic development work session. Al Sharfetter from Vernon Marino's team was playing matchmaker on new contacts. Of course, we met on Tuesday, following the holiday, and the press conference on Friday, so there hasn't been a lot of time that had elapsed. They're gearing up with the goal of being operational within the next 5 weeks, pretty much by now. We don't know yet their long-term plan for the site, but
I heard they were getting together in a meeting.
well, and Kevin and I believe Mayor Feeney met with them last week, indicated they do have some vision for the site. And our role is to be as helpful as they want us to be. We're still plugging in. Part of the plug-in on contacts was of course Tammy, but also the Mike Chamber assistance. They needed to go workforce, so plugging them into Midway Ross and Jody from JSS, support sharing efforts. We kind of acknowledged here that this is very good from the Side Valley Forward program. We've got a lot of contact information from folks who reached out, who had entered in, or who had participated in our signature letter. And that's kind of where we left things last week.
Yeah, so did they buy they just bought the 400 and?
They bought the whole footprint of
There's that one.
Pixel.
About 600 acres. On the sub-area one, that's San
So I think our focus should continue within the Excel response group. Needs to be focus area 1, focus area 2. I don't want it to be round robin like it was before, where we're just giving group updates every time. There's not going to be updates like that. I think we need to focus on strategy strategically and make those meetings more strategic than they have been. Well, they were very strategic in the beginning, but then we got to the point where strategy wasn't what we needed. I mean, we needed updates and
we needed
information sharing.
We're gonna get a board or a group together, 3 to 5, to try to figure out how we're gonna pass that money.
$5.5 million.
At least that $1 million at the beginning, and find out if we can find a nonprofit or
Set one up probably.
just set one up that will.
I tried to connect with the mayor on Friday and was not successful. I want to get aligned with him on that. He's had conversations with Moreno's team too.
Who's that check going to? The $5.5 million?
It's already sitting in, it's supposed to be sitting in Fifth Third Bank somewhere.
No, who's it for? Who's it paid out to?
Paper mill employees who are, the union is going to have a seat at the table as well, helping to guide the eligibility parameters.
Who's the executor of that money?
Right now, it's
Right now, nobody.
the Attorney General's office.
Yeah. Well, that's the key is, and I think the Attorney General's is going to be a critical component in setting this up, getting us.
In parameters of what we can do, what we can't do, and
outside counsel on how it needs to be programmatically and legally set up. So we need to probably set up a meeting with the Attorney General's office, and that's what I was waiting to talk to the mayor about, because I don't know if he had spoken, who he had spoken with at the Attorney General's office.
There's a lot of different ways that it could go. I mean, I just came out of the workforce development world.
I think the vision for it is, and the parameters, way they agreed to do it was basically that primarily the people who got hit in their retirement pensions, that, there's a lot of folks who basically had these
Instead of they eat 830, they're
40 or 60
down to 350, 320 or something like that. That had more than 5 years.
So it's a reimbursement fund, not a workforce development.
right.
David, did they say it was equal distribution?
We haven't set up specific parameters yet, and vision probably will be. It's hard to,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in charge of saying,
Yeah.
you get more, you get less.
Yeah.
Andrea says her CEO Tim should be here. Is anybody in here named Tim?
I know Tim.
From
He's not
Veronica?
in here.
No?
I know that.
And,
Nope. Stan.
I thought you.
Tim.
Notification that Board of Trustees for Ross County Water Company is nominating Greg Williamson to serve on the board of Pleasant Valley Sewer District.
This is actually.
And that's just information we will sign off on that board.
This is all.
Ross County, private company, they're a private company, they're not anything like us.
We'll just have to look at it and decide what we want to, what we want to call it.
Yeah, I texted you. Was that this morning or last night? I'll be coming in.
No, this morning. Well, all depends, it's still dark. Yeah, it's still dark. Yeah,
We gave Brad this morning a picture of the courthouse that Chris Scott gave me when I became mayor of East County, but it's all dressed up.
Yeah.
2003, 200th anniversary of David.
Oh, yeah, the bicentennial.
So, well, that's why I gave them that, because I wanted to know if they still have all that decoration, or do it
Good morning.
more
How are you?
consumer.
Or it's in the basement underwater.
Yeah, I think it gives a flavor, a starting point of what else could look like.
They're waiting on you.
That's good.
This is the bottoms up, gentlemen.
Sorry.
Hi there, you don't look like Andrew.
Dave, how are you?
Good to see you, man.
Had a hard time finding this place.
Yeah.
Well, you're here
Well, you
now.
have the floor.
Ah, good. So thanks for having me. Just to let you know about Bottoms Up, we are an organization that's based on the notion that single mothers are the most likely demographic group in the United States to live below the poverty line. They are the most likely demographic group in the United States to be homeless. And one of the, when we talk about public aid for, we talk about charitable aid for these women, we typically think about housing, clothing, medical expenses, all that kind of stuff. 7 years ago, I realized that diapers were a very big expense for them. If you have not, I haven't shopped for diapers in a long, long time.
but you have.
They're expensive.
Yes, yes, they are. They're very expensive. And we thought if we could relieve that burden from them, at least to some extent, that we would be doing the right thing, not only as mandated by our Christian values or by our charitable values, more importantly, and also by our mandate of public service. So we started this little thing. We asked a few people to send. I put out a note to my family and friends and asked them to send some diapers. It was our 40th wedding anniversary on August 19th, 7 years ago, and we asked people to send us a box of diapers for every year we've been married. And we thought we'd get 40 boxes of diapers, and I told my wife I'll figure out who needs them and I'll give them to them. We got about 85 boxes of diapers delivered to our front porch, and people with the color hair of my hair, our neighbors were sort of wondering what the heck we were doing with that many diapers.
Mhm. Great children.
It has since grown. Our first warehouse was our dining room. We started just collecting diapers and giving them out. We started with one community partner. We decided that we would deliver those diapers not to individuals, but rather through partners, which are food pantries, child care facilities, domestic abuse shelters, those type of, wherever we could intersect with a woman living below the poverty line, we just partnered with them. Today we're in 28 counties. We serve about 90 of those partners. And this year we will likely distribute 1.3, 1.4 million diapers. 7 years ago I was delivering diapers out of the back of a Prius. Today we operate 5 vans that are driven by volunteers nearly exclusively. And things have just grown, and they've grown organically. We've never marketed this to anybody. We've never said we've never gone out and asked a partner to join us or anything else, but we have found when you're giving stuff away for free, people will beat a path to your door. So, that's what we do in a nutshell. We have begun, this year we have begun to expand. We like the bottoms up, what we have built, because it's very finite, it's very binary. We deliver diapers and that's it. This year we tested in the first quarter, we piloted a program which are delivering potty training kits to women through a slightly different, that's going to be exclusively through daycare centers, just because they know their clients better than sometimes. The food pantries are typically pretty transactional. Daycare centers are relational. So we put together potty training kits. We've got about 500 or 600 of those out there right now. That is going to explode, I can tell you. Because everything, when these children are living in poverty and in the really hectic and difficult time they're living in, all of the developmental markers are delayed. Reading, walking, talking, potty training. So that's what we do in a nutshell. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to.
Where do you operate out of? I mean, what? So
We operate out of Lancaster. And only because most of our, we have a lot of, we have 3 partners here in Chillicothe, and but in Columbus we've got 30, and so we do a lot of work out of Franklin County. But we've born and raised in Lancaster, and that's where our home was, and that's where I incorporated the corporation when we got started.
So you have 3 folks in Chillicothe.
Yes.
County.
I can tell you who they are, because as we have grown, I've gotten a little further away from actually the delivery stuff. I used to deliver all the diapers, but I don't We delivered about 63,000 diapers thus far this year. I'm sorry, 67,000. We delivered them to Good Sam, to Carver, and to Goodwill Child Care Center.
Who was the first one?
Good Sam.
So,
Good Sam.
Good Sam.
Sorry, I was born at Good Sam Hospital in Cincinnati. I refer to it as Good Sam. It is Good Samaritan.
Do you have any numbers out of the 67,000 of how much comes this way?
67,000 here
Here in
so far this year, yes, sir.
Of your million plus across the 28 counties, right?
Yes. And this county is actually growing. We're about ready to assume a lease on one of the school buildings on Main Street. I can't for life of me remember the name of it.
No, well,
John,
Yeah. We're about ready to start. We're going to have a hub there that will deliver to Scioto County, Circleville, and some other areas around from there. It'll be a warehouse space for us.
Great.
Sounds like cool entrepreneurial,
It's
charitable.
It's extremely entrepreneurial.
7 years, huh?
Yeah, 7 years grown from, our first budget I think was $17,000. We're going to be more than $1 million this year. It's just
And what was your name again?
Tim Welsh, W-E-L-S-H.
Tim, I remember it was probably 2018, 2019, my wife being on a call with you and Joe and Lynn Anderson from St. Peter, talking about how you guys would be plugged in here in Ross County. And of course, that was six years ago, or close to 7. You had been operating for a couple years by then, so I think your work's impactful, and you've shown your impact across the counties that you work in, and I'm glad to be one of those charitable supporters of what you guys do.
There are entire counties in those 28 that wouldn't have diapers if we didn't exist. And I think Ross might be one of them. Only they would have some if someone just happens to donate them.
Right.
But we moved out of St. Peter's down in the basement there. We're in the girls' locker room down there in the basement for a period of time. Out to Joe Hurley's place, we rent a couple of 40-foot shipping containers from him. And now we're moving into this school, which is about 15 times bigger than that. So it continues to just boggle my mind. It's been a great ride.
I think it's an overlooked thing for people who, you have canned food drives and things like that, but you don't think about the need there for diapers, which is an expense. And I think hearing some of the stories, it's not that folks don't have some diapers, it's that they're forced to leave their children in diapers for longer than they should, and that contributes, a dirty diaper for longer than they should, and that contributes to health problems and things like that. So.
I promise you, within a mile of where we sit, if you draw a circle around here, within a mile circumference of where we sit, there's a woman who has or is currently scraping out a diaper and putting it back on a kid because they don't have enough. And that's a real thing.
You guys are making an impact on that, so thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for bearing with me here. Being from Fairfield County, I should have known that this time of year you run across farm equipment on the road and
It's Chillicothe rush hour.
exactly. And the guy told me to go 2 doors down, and I went 2 buildings down to get to.
Oh.
I couldn't find a place to save my life. But thanks for your patience.
Well, it's our pleasure, and we'll certainly appreciate what you're doing, and and we'll discuss this in a work session and get back.
Good, thank you, thank you.
Thanks so much for coming, Jim.
May I stick around for a while?
Yeah, of course.
Good, good, thanks.
I'm just going into myself for now.
Anxious to get this next thing out. Several meetings there the last couple of weeks that was looking around. I think we ought to include audiovisual amenities in there as well. Console, sound systems and displays. I don't know if that's part of the bid, probably not. Is it? Did Andy give an estimate on that, or? Do we have an IT budget? I don't remember seeing that budget. We haven't. I know we haven't done it yet, but I don't remember seeing it.
In the data, whatever it is, board, in their budget. We check it on that. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4 out here.
Sign in sheet, please, for everybody that's brought bid in.
6.
It is not on your list.
It's not on there. Doesn't have mine.
Could it be in the data board?
What's that?
Andy's budget.
Andy's budget?
Yes, it is a data board part of it. That's what I was thinking, was in that data. That data,
That's his whole budget.
yeah.
It's part of the commissioner's budget.
I don't think so. It's data processing.
Data processing.
Is that where it is, Kathy? Andy's whole budget?
You told me it was in with someone else's, and I can't recall who.
Maybe it's all of it.
That's what I thought.
No, that's what Kathy was saying.
I'm gonna ask.
Have a seat. He's up here. He said the big table. Got one of those soft seats.
It's not in the zip budget.
Oh, no, we're not doing
There's no data.
it. Should be a data board because we have to pay their budget.
I know we do, that's what I'm asking about. That's not.
I'll find out. I'll have you know.
Calling Andy Winters to iPhone.
You got 3 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
It's submitted by the auditor.
To the auditor.
Beats me.
I am gonna head back to Lancaster. Thanks a bunch.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you were back. She's the same.
Yeah, thank you.
She's the same.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. Everybody should have been. Was that how it was? Great.
My grandchildren. So now I get my great-grandchildren. My grandchildren. I got 2 It's so much fun. You remember what they did to you? You're right here in time. Time sheet. You don't have to.
Stand by a minute. You're not getting any others, are you? Any other bids?
All right, gentlemen, I appreciate your patience. It's 10 o'clock, so we'll go ahead with this part of our meeting. Bid openings, service center.
Oh, I'm in that stab. Oh, man. I pulled a paper clip out of something. Roger Hemming Contractors LLC out of West Portland.
Hemmings?
Hemmings. Hemming.
The total estimate cost for the base bid is $1,300,000.
Whatever you are.
I'm ready.
Next one is Tat Realty LLC out of Jackson, Ohio. T-A-T.
This bid is for $1,429,950.
Alfred out of Columbus, Ohio.
Who was it?
Alfred.
Helper.
Oops, upside down.
This bid is for $1,339,000.
This is, I want to say Stockmasters, Meisters, out of Jackson, Ohio.
This bid is for $1,039,555.
One more time.
$1,039,555.
This one is Next Generation Construction Group out of Waverly, Ohio.
What's the first part of that?
Next Gen,
Next Gen,
Next
NEX,
NEX, GES.
GES.
Where are they from?
Jackson.
Waverly, aren't they?
Waverly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waverly, I'm sorry.
This bid is for $1,249,850.
G. Huddleston, Chillicothe, Ohio.
Bid is for $1,084,500.
Boy, this print's too small for me. I'll let you give that a shot.
Lehman,
Lehman,
Dammer,
Did somebody tell
Lehman
us?
Damon.
What is it?
Lehman Damon.
Lehman David, okay.
Out of where?
World up here. with-
What's
Where are they from?
They are from
You said Westerville?
Westerville.
Westerville. This bid is for $1,291,800.
What was the last number? 1,298,298? Or 800?
291,800.
800.
That is all.
We'll look over everything, go through all the paperwork and stuff, and then we'll post something in a day or so.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much,
Thank you all
guys.
for coming.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
D.E. Huddleston. This one here, 84. D.E. Huddleston.
We'll post the whole list here.
You guys post this later on?
Yeah, we'll look over all the paperwork and stuff and post it.
Thank you.
Got about to sneeze, but now it went away.
Good bids.
We're close.
Yep.
We didn't want any part of it.
Well, I was thinking, well, do I sneeze Kathy, do I get you, or go to the wall? So
Go to the wall. Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'll go to the wall.
Appreciate that.
I figure you guys appreciate that instead of blowing everything all over the place. I stood out in the rain all day long yesterday. Pee Wee football.
Since we're gonna wait till 1/4 after here, just in case the press wants to show up.
What do you think, Phil?
Yeah. Everybody's got that weather thing going on, you know?
Oh, gotcha.
Are you gentlemen from Buckskin Township? Can you give me your names, please?
James Van Zandt.
Bart Barton.
Mark Barton?
And then Mark.
It's in Mark.
Mark.
So I take it Garmin's drain got everything straightened out on that road that was out there.
Oh, in the curve?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't know that they did anything out there. Did they change anything? He put up, of course, he put up,
He put, I see he's got storage.
yeah, and then he put some poles in the ground with a cable. Is it because people were running through there, not getting the curve?
That's,
Yeah, I don't.
that's nothing new. Last time somebody ran through there was a bulldozer sitting there every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Head into that bulldozer and police were chasing it.
I'm not sure it matters what you do. I think people.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference, yeah. I figure somebody being in this storage building later on, they're trying to.
Already has been.
Have they already?
That's like up at 22 and 753, their courthouse, they've got that four-way stop.
Yeah.
People still run that, slam other people.
Yeah, they're not paying attention.
And they're flashing stop signs.
Yeah.
And you know, historic information.
Roundabout, that way you.
I don't know about that. How is that? Do they say that doesn't cause as many
They
accidents?
said it doesn't cause as many accidents because you're not stopping and you're looking to your left, you're not looking to your right.
Yeah.
You're just looking.
Well, you gotta look to your right too, because you don't know what the other guy's doing. If
Well-
they're not looking to their left, then you gotta look right.
The accidents are a lot less
Out of-
catastrophic so far.
Well, yeah, because you are slowing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bump on fender benders instead
Yeah.
of, you know.
Right. Right.
I like roundabouts once everybody figures out how to use them.
Yeah.
You know, I drive
That's
through
it,
them.
yeah.
There are 2 on 159 and 180 every day, and
And when they first got installed, man, it was not fun because you have people stop at them and not, you know,
Not
the goal is is to keep going if you
Yeah.
got space to go.
Just look ahead, man. Just, you know, you see that roundabout coming, look ahead to see if anybody's coming either way.
Oh, yeah.
Just go right through.
I think the one at Walmart will get everyone trained.
Think so?
Everybody goes to Walmart.
I do everything I can not to go to one.
I try not to go that way.
I don't know how it is taking a semi through them, but it doesn't look like it'd be fun if you had to do it every day. But
Right.
I don't know, maybe
Well, some of them, like the center part's tapered, and that's
Yep.
fine. But if you got a berm there, and then your trailer's up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why like most of them are tapered.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've taken my camper over, them, not the same as a semi, but it's just like,
Same,
the
yeah.
first time you're going through it, it's a little
Yeah.
sketchy. You gotta be okay with pulling up onto that tapered berm, or otherwise you're gonna be kind of too wide.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
But the ones that's got that little curb or something on it, then you're tearing up your wheels and tires.
I had an ex-brother-in-law that didn't know the one that was on 159. He had in about 60 miles an hour. Yeah, he wasn't here.
Nice little tracks.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He didn't know, he didn't pay attention, it was there, and he just traveling to hit the center of the thing, went in the air, and came back down, and some guy stopped and said, "You okay?" He said, "Oh, yeah, I'm okay. How long that been there?" About a year. Yeah.
Two more minutes, guys. Do this by the clock.
This year hadn't been as bad, but past years, the little center part
Yeah.
just turns into an area for a bunch of yard signs.
Yeah.
People selling
Selling
fan
things.
campaign yard signs.
Haven't noticed. Building now. So we don't have anybody to correspond with at that time.
All right, I have 10:15. We can go ahead and get started now.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Mark McCluskey. We got Bart Barton, Jimmy Van Zandt here from Buckskin Township, two of the trustees. I'm the zoning official out there. Jack, James, David, I appreciate your time. So we're out here this morning to figure out regarding the solar farm that's currently out there. I know back in April, the House Bill 501 was passed regulating 50 megawatts or less, which gives the commissioners and the planner and the township's authority to go and regulate. The question I have is the comprehensive plan. Is there anything that's being put together to give us guidance at the township level what we can or cannot do?
Can I send right to your right?
Well, I know the chain of command. I see you guys
We
first. so-
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep. So you want to just talk to Devin here?
Well,
Yeah.
what I would say is we know at a high level, the comprehensive plan is looking into land use, identifying areas of growth where we're best positioned for growth, where we probably want to retain some of that rural aesthetic compared to industrial, commercial use. I don't know to what degree it speaks to solar. I would say, as one of three, we're in a position where we're not seeking as a county to grow our acreage in solar generation. So,
I could just generally tell you what we have heard through the process. And
okay.
a majority of responses when we get into the subject of solar farms is generally a negative view of solar farms. So, and that comes down to, from the ag community, from just the general community that we've spoken to. I mean, that's just the general vibe, if you will, that we received. So how the comprehensive plan speaks to it, well, at this point, we don't have anything set in policy. The policy actually needs to originate from the townships and the Board of Commissioners. So I think this is probably maybe a good start
for that type of discussion as we move forward. But in general, we show these solar farms as solar overlay districts. In some cases, they're shown as, in the future case, as industrial, when we're looking at the Green Township one. For future in Buckskin Township, we show it as continued agriculture 20 years out, once the solar farm is decommissioned and so forth. So.
You know, I think that the main focus here is this is your township. And we're not going to tell you what to do with your township. We're going to suggest things. And this solar project certainly predates the comprehensive plan. So we're not going to go make you rip it out or anything like that. But we want to have the people in the townships be happy with what the comprehensive plan brings to them or don't bring to them. And they are the last look at it. One of our 5 guiding principles is do what the majority of people in Ross County want us to do. That's just one of our guiding principles. So we're not going to come and force a factory on you. We're not going to tear up farmland for development. That doesn't make good sense to everybody. We want to grow the county. We want to grow the population of the county. The more people that live here, the easier the dividends are cut up. So it's less of a strain on the individual. The more people paying in, the less everybody should have to pay in. We don't grow the government aesthetically, and you guys jumped in on the rollback for taxes, didn't you? Yeah. We look at it like we don't need more money. We can live off last year's money. We don't need that 30% increase. And the county certainly doesn't see that either. We want to live within a budget. We want to provide the services people expect. And that's it. We're not a bank. We're not a for-profit enterprise, and neither are you. So the idea is if we can get more people living in the county, everybody pays less with the same amount of income coming in. So it just balances out better. But to do that, we have to have places to live. We have to have places to work. So the comprehensive plan takes a look at that as to how that blends into certain spots in the county. And then the highway systems have to function, the service function has to function. You can't put a lot of people in some place where you're scratching at one with the EMS or the fire department that you have right now, the road systems. You know, that's why we return the piggyback tax. And I'm looking for that to continue. I mean, there's no reason not to bring that in. We have that budgeted in this year. We already gave it for last year, and that's just the way it should work. You know, tax dollars paid in need to show up for the taxpayers in the ways that they want. So,
and I think we're not here to say one way or another how we feel about it. It's very difficult. I mean, as a trustee, I don't like it. I'm a farmer in the community, and I don't like it, but who am I to tell somebody else what they can and can't do with their land? It's very difficult. And of course, to me, if you kind of leave it to the people in the area to decide, but I don't think we want anything to sit there necessarily stop it, but we would like to be able to understand what we can and can't do with it. Or
So I'd like to clarify and hit on that. You said something that really rings true. And that extends to the comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan doesn't tell what you can and can't do with your land. It's not zoning.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, you know, we don't use that as a zoning tool because it's not.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to clarify that, but it's more of a policy, a decision-making tool when we're incentivizing certain development.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. So that goes back and more directly answers the question of what recommendations or tools will be provided out of the comprehensive plan to townships. Well, you are one of the few townships that have a zoning code. We know from what I said, from a land use perspective, we're looking at it from where are all the things that are existing or could exist to identify a use of land. So if you don't have roads and you don't have sewer and you don't have water and you don't have power, probably not going to be a site where you're going to put much of anything other than what's probably there, which is woods or farmland. where you've got those things, you're gonna see, the conveyance of those things, you're gonna see a potential for higher use. We don't have any mechanism for enforcing land use. Townships may or may not implement zoning to say this property is used for this type of growth or not growth, and this area isn't. What our goal of the comprehensive plan is to say to the townships, based upon the engineering studies that are a part of this, we believe this general area could be good for this type of growth. This general area could be used at its current use, or could be altered for some other use. But in terms of enforcement, we don't really have that. We've just got what will we incentivize and what won't we incentivize. When you look at solar exists, I think, I'll back up, I share your exact same mentality of, I don't really like solar, but who am I to say what Joe landowner does with his property? That's his right to use, to sell, to rent, to lease his property to a developer of some sort. What I would say is we can still retain that land use, or that land, or those land rights, but that's a much different conversation if we're talking about incentivizing it. And going back in history with the existing solar, none of those solar projects advanced without a pilot payment on the inventory, or essentially the inventory tax, the power generation tax that would have been levied to the state. Local jurisdictions benefited from that, school districts, townships, the county. I think we can't, absent the new legislation, we have some say up or down, but really what's always has been the tool we have tends to be, do we offer a carrot or not, rather than we don't have a whole lot of sticks in the bag, if you like that analogy between the carrot and the stick. So I think that the comprehensive plan will be useful toward that end, but I don't think it's going to be the end all be all for you guys when you're making a decision, or even when we're making that specific decision.
So Jack and David, we did an amendment to our zoning regulation based on the House bill that was passed. And there's language in there that's going to allow us to regulate the location, erection, construction, reconstruction, change, alteration, and maintenance, removal, use of, enlargement of any small solar facility under 50 megawatt. That would be at our level, and that's okay.
That's right, yeah.
Because what people are doing now, they're came up with this, if it's less than 50, they're putting it in their backyard. See, some people want to do that, but solar in their backyard, well,
the current one's 120.
Yeah.
So I guess the question we had also was, as far as an expansion goes to the existing, how does that come down the pipeline from the Ohio Power Sitting Board? Are you notified as Devin? Because we want to make sure we're at least getting notification at the same time everyone else is. We're not getting it on the tail end and saying, hey, they break ground next week. See,
So there is a process.
yes, because if it's 50 or less, they don't go to the Ohio
correct.
board.
Right.
So if they're gonna add more to what's out in Buckskin County now, if it's less than 50, they have to go to that board.
So if we're
They
looking
would
at
still have to come to you,
Right.
and come to us.
Correct.
Right.
So in your interpretation of this House bill, if they were to go ahead and add to that, is that new? Or is that in addition to?
It's actually, the Senate Bill 52 is what we need to be looking at.
Yeah.
It actually regulates the utility scale. So the Buckskin Solar project, of course, being, I can't remember the megawatts.
120.
120. So it'd have to be a material amendment. So expansion of that facility could fall under that. So they would go through the same process of notification, et cetera.
If they're going to add to that, they still have to go by the rules of that House Bill 52 and we still have to go through.
Right, but we wouldn't have any say at that point if it, and I guess that's my question, is it?
You do.
Okay.
You do.
Yeah, I just think you still, I would think you still would have.
You do. I'm gonna give you that.
I think you would still have say-so in it. The township would still have say-so in
And again, you know, our position, certainly, I don't speak for anyone, you know, this, just my thought process is, and we represent our residents here. So we want to be accountable to have a plan in place to say, you know, we went through the process, we were, you know, aware of, you know, the steps that took place, and they were given an opportunity to hear public notice, public meetings, and so on and so forth. So everyone, whether you agree with it or not, there's a process in place, so we can all look at each other and say, hey,
the process.
Devin knows, you know, Jack knows, James knows, David knows, we know. The residents, it was announced, you had township meetings, and people were able to come out. So whether, you know, however that pans out, we definitely want to know that we have the ability, if it's 50 or less, and it's going to be an amendment to our zoning.
Right.
And of course, if it's bigger, there's going to be that process of notification from the Ohio City Board, correct?
Correct.
So what I would do, we'll start with reading that, it's the county advisory bulletin. It kind of goes through Senate Bill 52, which was passed, and it goes through the process. And it speaks to material amendments, and that could be an increase of megawatts to the facility. Or increase in their, what they call it, the nameplate. See what it says here. Nameplate capacity. So that could be by 1, it could be by 2, you know, more than what it is currently rated for. So they would have to go through the process through the Ohio Power Siting Board, which ultimately comes to the commissioners, and there's options for them.
You know, and it just, since 2023, when I became commissioner, Yellowbud was underway, Green Township was underway. I don't think you'd gotten started yet in Buckskin. When did you get started?
Yeah, it was already started.
It was in 23?
Yeah, it was already started.
Yeah.
It was already, yeah.
But we were looking at kind of taking, not a moratorium, but a little break from adding more solar farms to Ross County, just so we could see how the contracts were working out with the landowners, if they were living up to what they said they would be. Because there was a red flag to us, and this is Dwight Garrett and Udi and I that talked about this, and the fact that they were all an LLC kind of bothered us, because they individually incorporated and no accountability personally for anything that goes wrong. So, you know, we know that panels have a life cycle. What kind of leakage on the ground was that doing to the soil? We just wanted to give it a little time to find out some answers on that, and we're still looking at that. So, but we're not going to sit here and mandate that, you know, solar farms go here or this or that with a comprehensive plan. That's more of a suggestion of what would work in that tract for that you know, placker of land or an area that would work well with the what we want to accomplish here in Bucks County. It's not a mandate, it's not anything that they have to do, but a suggestion.
So I appreciate that. So I'm going to put together the amendment language, the draft. Trustees and I will go over and look at it, and then I'm going to probably get with Devin, get his input as well, and get a amendment put together for the resolution to get passed. At that point, for the 50 megawatts or less, I guess I'll get with Devin again, and then just kind of make sure we're all in the loop. Is there any anything in the future that's planned that you've heard of that's for expansion?
No, only battery facilities for storage. Well, no, that's actually to store the battery, or sorry, the energy that's generated there on site.
Oh, okay.
And that's Buckskin?
I don't know if it's Buckskin. I know there was one for one of the other ones. So, but I don't know if it's Buckskin. I don't know about Buckskin. for battery storage.
Mark, how many acres does it take to have a 50 megawatt site? How many acres?
I'm not certain. I mean, we got 1,300 acres out there right now for 120.
120.
So, I mean, if you did the math, you know, I think, you know.
I think it all depends how far you're gonna put them apart. I mean,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, what's, you know, when you put a row up and down, you know, we're gonna put 20 foot apart, or we're gonna put 10 foot apart, it all depends.
We're going back to something you said there on making sure everybody's in the loop and everybody's talking to each other. I would say that's something we'll put Devin on point for that, but I see we treat these the same way as we treat any type of development that's occurring within a township where the township wants to work with us to the degree in which
We wanna work.
you want.
Right, that's why we're here.
But Devin can be the man to kind of facilitate that when needed, so that if there's a time where you gotta talk to the three of us here in this meeting, or maybe it's a meeting.
And what we were looking for was your blessing.
Yeah.
Obviously. You know, communicate, you guys, unless we need to see you again. I'll be in Devin's office. I'm gonna have an office. in Devin's.
So through the amendment process, you'll submit to the planning commission
Yeah.
anyways, so you'll have a whole group of people that'll look at it and give you a recommendation as well.
Great,
Devin's very good at organizing things like that, and getting us involved when we need to get involved.
great.
Well, and I do think another subject we need to touch on is these glow fiber and spectrum. That I don't know if there's anything we can do along the same lines. These guys are coming in and shotgunning this stuff in, these companies from nowhere. They're putting boxes in our ditches. We got power lines that are hanging too low. I've already called South Central Power, you know, he came out, measured, they're way too low. I don't know who's watching these people. Nobody, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
they
so.
are, they're not
Yeah.
doing their job, I don't. And that's that utilities commission that we have to touch base with, or?
We don't have any regulatory authority.
I mean, these guys are coming in doing whatever they want.
What's in your right of way? Is it?
Well, yeah, they're putting them in ditches and.
Talk to Charlie about that.
Yeah.
See what he thinks.
See what they can do with, if they're in that, they shouldn't be in them ditches anyway. They gotta have a right of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody watching them.
Do you remember who you talked to at South Central? Did you get over to their joint use department, or did you just get?
Originally, I didn't talk to him, but I reached out to a guy named Casey. He's an engineer. He sent me over to a guy named Kyle. And I didn't get Kyle's last name, but he works off of 50 down there. And he came out, they were very good. And I showed him the ones that I'm having problems with. And I said, really, you're just going to have to go check it all, because it's, you know, they've just shotgunned that stuff in there and walked away.
Yeah.
Whether it be underground or hanging.
South Central's been having problems with Spectrum.
And South Central Power needs to get some of their lines up. We looked at those. So, yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, I was just curious about that, because it sounds like that utility stuff, they just do whatever they want. I mean, we don't have any say so, or, you know, obviously.
And the bigger concern is they're like right in the ditches.
Right.
And we have enough problems with the rainfall, and Bart and Jimmy can tell you, you know, firsthand experience. It's,
Kyle Burris.
Could be, he's great.
H-U-R-L-E-S.
Great guy, yeah. That's one thing I didn't get was his last name.
Yeah, we're getting emails from people that are complaining about the same thing.
Okay.
So,
Gentlemen, I don't have anything further on solar. If I do, I'll get with Deb.
yes.
Sounds good.
Thank
Bart?
you. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll trust you. We want to do the planning commission. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You keeping everything straight up?
Kathy,
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Nope.
Sam said hello.
Okay, good.
Patrick.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Good, well, I appreciate it.
Good to see you guys.
See you later.
Bye, and making the connections. We wanna
Thank you.
be-
Good to see you.
All right,
Yeah.
got it.
All right, see y'all.
You too.
Absolutely. I love working together. It's always a good experience for me. Thank you so much.
See you later.
All right, we have anything else to cover in open session?
That item on my radar.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
During the meeting, so moved.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Do you want to go completely off the air for the rest of the day?
Can I have
I
those?
think so.